Good morning, Year 8. This is Mr. Bono. Once you have opened the document and are ready to edit it, I'm going to give you some instructions here. If you're having difficulty opening this document and preparing to edit, then I'm going to ask you to watch the other video first, how to open. Okay, so start with that one if you're not sure how to open the document. Okay, but I've opened this and I'm now going to edit it. Now, this is practice with metaphors. And just a reminder, a metaphor is when you compare two things that are not usually alike, but they're alike in some way. And that comparison helps to describe in an interesting way. Okay, so with a simile, you might say, he is like a giraffe, or he is tall as a giraffe, and that tells me about him. Okay, it tells me he's really tall. Okay, a metaphor is the same thing, except you leave out the like or the as in the comparison. I would just say, he's not like a giraffe, he is a giraffe. Okay, or his giraffe's neck stretched long enough for him to see over the fence. Okay, you leave out the like or as in a metaphor. Now we're gonna work through the meanings of some metaphors today. So your job is to highlight the choice that explains the meaning, okay, as it's used in the sentence. So let's look together at number 1. Mike drives too fast and is a road hog. Okay, now Mike's not actually a hog, a pig, okay, but he's like a pig in some way. Okay, what do we know about pigs? We know that they're greedy. They want all the food for themselves. Well, let's look and see if there's an answer that shows that Mike is greedy in some way. Okay, not thinking about others. The metaphor road hog means A, that Mike drives all over the road. Ooh, that sounds possible. B, that he eats too much in his car. Yes, but I don't think it's about his eating, it's about his driving. So I'm going to cross that one out. And C, Mike doesn't like to drive. That doesn't seem to have anything to do with being greedy. Okay, so I'm going to go with answer choice A. And to highlight that, I'm going to double tap on one word. And I'm going to highlight the sentence. Sorry, folks, I'm not sure why it popped me out of that document, but here I am back in. Let's try that again. I'm going to highlight that sentence. Okay, and then go to my highlighter icon at the top next to the A. Okay, that little highlighter there. Choose my color that I want it to be in, feeling purple today. And that's it, highlights it for me. Okay, now I'll just close that highlighter by tapping on it one more time. Okay, and tap away in the document. And that's number 1 done. So you'll continue with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 in the same way. Okay, and now for number 9, okay, it says the bull was boiling mad. Okay, what two things are being compared here? What two things are being compared here? And I'm sorry, this should have been more clear in the instructions, so it's a good thing we're doing a video. Okay, the bull was boiling mad. Now, what's being compared? Now I'm going to have to type this in. The word boiling tells us that he's like a pot of boiling water. So I'm going to say the things being compared are pop up my keyboard, stretch it out. I'm actually going to use dictation here, tap the microphone. Another way you could answer that is by saying that the bull's anger is being compared to boiling water because he's got bubbling anger inside. And actually, I like that answer better, so I'm going to change what I've written. It's more specific. The problem with using dictation is that sometimes it gets words wrong. So I need to go back and edit the word bulls. It should be B-U-L-L apostrophe S. Okay? And when I'm using dictation, it's not the dictation's fault if I have an error. Okay? I need to go back and edit. Okay? So that's what you do for numbers 9, 10, and 11. Okay? For practice 1, word rhymes, okay, here's what you'll do. Here are 3 very short 4-line rhymes that contain similes and metaphors. Read each and then answer the questions that follow. Okay, so if you haven't finished with the first part, you may want to put this video on pause and do the first part. Okay, whoops. And then come back. Okay, come back and watch the rest of this video to guide you, but I'm going to continue on here. Okay, the breeze is a messenger as sweet as roses in bloom that fills all the corners of my lonely room. The sky is a blanket bejeweled with diamonds so bright that twinkle and sparkle like fireflies at night. The street is a river on which traffic can flow, where cars scurry like fish and swish to and fro. Okay, so question 12 asks, in the first rhyme, the author uses a simile to compare which one of these pairs. Okay, a fish to the scent of a rose, a breeze to the sweet smell of roses, messenger to the lonely room to a windstorm. Let's go back and see the first rhyme. Okay, now the first rhyme is bloom and room. So that's the first 4 lines. So let's read. The breeze is a messenger as sweet as roses in bloom. Okay, let's go down and see. Okay, we heard about a breeze and we heard about the sweet smell of roses. Okay, so that seems to be, there's nothing about a windstorm. It does mention a lonely room, but it's not really comparing the lonely room to the messenger. The breeze is the messenger. Okay, that's a metaphor, by the way. Okay, but let's go back. The author uses which simile? Okay. When I see as sweet as, I know that a simile uses like or as to make that comparison. Okay, so it must be breeze and roses in bloom being compared. Okay, so I'm going to choose that one and highlight it. Okay, by double, whoops, why won't it let me tap breeze? Okay, get rid of my keyboard, maybe that'll help. Okay, I'm gonna highlight there and go back to my highlighter, and this time I'm gonna just have fun and make a colorful document. Let's use this color, it's nice. Okay, and I'll tap my highlighter, and that shows my answer. Okay, so you work through the remaining 2, okay, and do your very best. Okay, make your best effort, and I can give you some feedback if you have difficulty, but do answer all the questions. Okay, good luck, thanks for your efforts, and email me if you have more questions.